Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards. The Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I did say Eric C. Dunn for that, didn't I? I screwed that up on the last video. I gave Colette Baron Reed credit for all cards ever created, ever in life. Wherever you may come across cards, she created them. Like, I don't know why I did that, but there you go. Let's just go into it, Taurus. I'm a little, I don't know what my problem is, but I'm a little crackerdoodle right now, I tell you. This is it. That's it. Like they're like, stop! Don't put out anything else. What do we got here? I'm seeing a card down here at the end that's kind of harsh, but they're like, wait till you get to it, and we'll show you. So let's see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. You're starting off with Dolphin Spirit, and I usually say this when I see this card. To me, it speaks about love, usually kind of like relationship, some type of relationship, usually romantic, not always, could be family. Usually speaks of love though. On this card, I think it says this and that are true. Yep, this and that are true. And for some reason, I resist looking it up in the book what they mean by that. But it always kind of like makes me roll my eyes. Like, yeah, I'm sure that this and that are true now and then. But that's fine. I was like, okay, whatever, Dolphin. But I feel love connected with this. That's what I feel here. And I'm getting like, you very much, it's about how you deal with somebody you care about. It could be a employee thing or like a business thing, a work related thing. It could be to where you're happy how things are. You're happy with somebody you work with. It seems like it's very stable. You know what to expect. They know what to expect. You work well in this situation. It could be that, just to be fair. But with the Dolphin, I feel like more than not, it's probably romance. It doesn't have to be that way, though. Okay. This is where we're starting off with. Now, Lizard Spirit. I don't really feel like this is I don't feel like this jives with Taurus that well. It's just how I feel about it. But the reason I'm saying this is because when I feel Lizard Spirit, I feel like I see this little lizard like running down around behind here. Now you see it, now you don't. It's over here, it's over there. I think that it's random all over the place. And I don't feel like that really matches Taurus energy. Taurus is like, we're going this way, we're on the path, we stay on path, we do the path. This energy is kind of like left, right, up, down. You know, here, gone, here, gone. And I'm getting this is what you're dealing with. But this is at a point where you deal well with this energy at this point. They know what you expect from them. You know what to expect from them. So it's an erratic, it feels erratic to me. What does it say on it? Dream the world into being, and you might feel like they're all over the place, that like they have their heads in the clouds, so that might make sense. But at this point in the situation, you see them for who they are. They do what you need, but you also see them for who they are. Like, you're like, yeah, they do what they need. They do what I need them to do, but I know I can only expect so much here. They are who they are. No problem. Conversation is kind of delicate between you and this person. Neither of you push too hard. You know you do things differently. And if you don't push too hard, you seem to get along. If one of you tries to push too hard one way or the other, that's where it kind of gets a little stressful. So you just kind of work it the way you need to. It's kind of delicate. It feels like it's kind of delicate to me. Not in the sense of like, you know, you're walking on eggshells, not like that. But just kind of like, it's like a china shop. Like, you know, you walk through it with care. You know, you pay attention to where you are and how you're moving around so you don't knock anything off. It's a delicate situation, but it's not like you're afraid to be in there. You're in a different mindset. Like, I'm around a lot of breakable things. I'm just going to handle with care. That type of thing. You know, it's not like walking on eggshells, but it's kind of like I handle with care at this point. All right, things have to things are going to have to change every now and then. It's just the way of the world, right? Nothing stays the same forever. So this next part of this situation, you're doing well with this person for a while, right? Then something has to change. Every now and then things change. Okay, so if I say it slowly, it works. Maybe that's the problem. Every now and then things change. And you are like, we are going into these changes and we're going to take them carefully and slowly. You do have Beaver Spirit. It says lay a solid foundation. I feel like that's a part of it. Like, we're going to think about what we're doing. We're going to put things where they belong and remember this is where they belong. And this first one goes incorrectly, this second one goes incorrectly. That one goes incorrectly, the one after that goes incorrectly. That was correct, then the next one will go incorrect. Like, we're very careful to keep everything where it's supposed to be, and we're paying attention to make sure it went in the way it was supposed to go, because if this one is wrong, automatically the next one will be wrong too. So this is how it has to be. And you're like, we're going into a change, but we're going to take it carefully and slowly, but we are going to do it. This is where the stress comes in, the Ten of Wands. Because this other energy is a little erratic. And it's change. I feel like this side is more likely to accept change, but go forward a lot quicker with it. And you're kind of like, listen, we're not going to race into this. We're going to make sure it makes sense and that it works. So let's reel it in. This is where you might have a little problem with this situation, this person, because they just seem to go in bursts. And you're just like, no, we're not doing bursts. We're not doing bursts. We're going slow and steady. Because if you screw this piece up, the next piece is already automatically wrong. We have to do each piece correctly, because if you don't, as soon as you start doing them wrong, everything after that is wrong. So you have to do it right every time. There's stress there. The Ten of Wands is telling me there's stress here. Kind of like, listen, we got to do it correctly. I'm not building this whole house just to find out we did the foundation wrong and then the whole house is crap. Like, I'm not going to do that. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be stressful. It's going to take a lot of working things out. It's just one day at a time. I feel like it's one day at a time at this point. Some days are going to be easier than others, but it's going to be... I feel like you're not going to allow this to get out of hand. So some days this energy will work with you. Other days it will not. It's just how it has to be. For this portion of the situation, the way you're pushing it needs to be... That's best. At this point, I can say that it feels... And I am connecting to Taurus energy, if we're going to be fair. It does feel like your way is the best. That's making a solid foundation that will last a long time, that doesn't have to be questioned. You know what I mean? You don't want to build this whole house and be like, oh, the foundation is screwed up. We got to jack up the house, see if we can fix that, put the house back on the foundation, which I guess is possible. I guess I've heard of people doing that. I didn't realize that was actually a possible thing. But it just feels like that, even doing that, I feel like that's still... I still like that Phil that's going to be a lot of problems anyway. I still feel like that's a problem. So doing it the way you're doing it right now, at this point, it's the better way to do it, definitely. Now, you hold true to the end. By the end, I mean the change, once the change has fully happened, it's made the full transition, you're holding on to that point, like, slow and steady wins the race is kind of what I'm getting, solid foundation. And then I feel like you're backing off, and like if this person wants to be a little bit more erratic, you're backing off and like, well, I know how it's supposed to be. The foundation is solid. If they're doing wild colors on the wall, if they're doing crazy curtains in the living room, if they decided to like, get some crazy pots and pans or do some crazy things in the yard, some crazy weird artistic lawn ornaments, it's fine. None of that has to be permanent. It can be updated and changed if necessary. So you're backing off and letting them do cosmetic things, pretty much cosmetic things, as they feel necessary. They seem to be getting more into the details at this point. The type of things I just listed off. You're like, whatever, that's fine. You got other things going on. You got bigger things you're working on. If they want to do that stuff, which is important, it is important. It is. But it's kind of like, that's fine. Because if something goes awry with that, that's a lot easier to fix than the foundation. So it's fine. And you're just kind of like, I know that I need to back off from them for a while. you want to back off from them for a while at the same time. So you're like, yeah, you go do what you got to do. It's fine. I don't care. So they're tending to those things. You got other things you're tending to. I don't feel like there's any animosity, but I feel like there's the need for like a break. Almost like a timeout. Just like, you do what you got to do over there. I'll do what I need to do over here. We can just have our moments to breathe on our own, and then we'll come back together. I don't feel like anybody's angry at anybody. I just feel like there needs to be a break. There needs to be a buffer. We need to breathe time. You know what I mean? That's very warranted, having that break. It comes back together with the Ace of Cups. So the care, the love is still there. It's not damaged. Nothing got damaged here. I feel like this is just saying the way it's handled is going well. This is good. No problem so far. This is all leading up to this end part is what I'm feeling. And this is where I feel the stress. More changes. More changes sooner than anticipated. Something isn't expected. I don't feel like something's expected on your side. It's very odd to me in the environment, especially when it started off with this lizard spirit, which is very erratic. Something else is coming forward in the environment with the King of Pentacles, and it's coming into the situation with the Knight of Pentacles. Like, there's a change coming in. I feel like it's being forced in. Like, something's coming in and changing the situation. There's no way around it. It has to be dealt with. It is changing it's like changing the landscape. It's almost like, it almost feels like an earthquake. Like if you built this house and you took care of everything, and now an earthquake cracks the foundation, right? Like the foundation was exactly how it was supposed to be done. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. And then an earthquake hits in a way that you weren't expecting, and it cracks the foundation. That's this. That's what I feel this is. Something major comes in and it has to be dealt with, and it's so strong with the King of Pentacle energy coming in. Like you can't just fix it. It shakes it to its core, right? You might have to. This might be like a rebuild, and it may make you very upset because you got the Devil card here with the bat. The bat talks about rebirth, but I also see that the bat is one of those creatures that like they can see with their eyes, from what I've learned, but they also use sonar to navigate through things. Their eyes, they literally can see things, but they also use sonar to help them with that at the same time. Like, so they use both. And it's trying to, but I feel like that's the thing. It's like trying to see where things are going, trying to make better decisions. You can't, like when the bat is using sonar, they can't see it with their actual eyes. They can just use echolocation for that. And then when they get close enough, they can actually see it, so then they know what they got. I feel like that's not a way you like to live life. But this situation and how the upset happens, you have no choice, and you're very upset about this. You put so much work and effort into this whole situation. You did everything you needed to do. You did everything the right way, and still it fell down on you, and you were like, you feel almost like you were betrayed by the house. It's almost like you helped build this house correctly, and like the house itself, it's like you're not mad at a person, you're mad at the physical thing. You're mad at the actual house. Like, how could you betray me, house? like it's a physical thing, but that's what you're mad at. Like, how dare you? How could you? They're just setting you up for this. They're letting you know it's coming. There's going to be a lot of support. There's going to be a lot of people who who are very empathetic to what you're going through, because I feel like it's kind of like it kind of throws you off. But with the bat also, I'm seeing like things will come back together. Things will be corrected. It's just got to be taken care of. There's a lot of community support in this. I feel like this is what they're warning you about. Like, just because you do everything right, there's no guarantee that things are going to work out. Doing everything right gives you a better chance that things will work out correctly. It's a better chance, but there's always, you didn't see it coming, lurking out there somewhere. Every now and then somebody just gets you didn't see that coming. Taurus seems to protect themselves pretty good against that usually, but I feel like life is kind of even showing you right now, like, there's certain things you can't plan for. It's just rough, but you will make it through this. You will. All right. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. I'm going to close that down here. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.